Hey guys, it's Matt the Woodshed Barber, and today I'm going to be showing you a different kind of video. So this is an all scissor cut on my good buddy Silas. His family is real near and dear to me. Him and his sister right now are overseas in Israel fighting in the IDF. And I could not be prouder of who they are, of what they stand for, of what they're doing. So if you're overseas, buddy, and you get to see this, this is your cut from earlier this year. Before October 7th, he went back over there maybe about a month before, was going to start a whole new life over there. And him being the guy he is, he went into fight. So Silas, buddy, I love you, and be safe. And let's show off this Captain America haircut, that Captain America haircut from Infinity War. All right, guys, so this is Silas. You can see he's got great hair. A little bit wavy, but very thick. He had a train to lay it back. Actually, maybe about 6 months before this right here, I took him down to this haircut from 2.5 years of growth. It was all the way down to his waist pretty much. Let me show you a picture of it. So what I've done is I've sprayed the hair with some water, and now I'm going through and starting off with a middle guideline, kind of like a very thin mohawk, maybe no more than 3/4 of an inch thick. And sadly, my camera angle is kind of taking off what I'm doing, but pretty much I'm taking off about 3/4 of an inch and following the shape of the head. I want to lay back very evenly, showing off that texture. And so after doing that center guideline, I come from behind and I'm picking up vertical sections that show that center guideline right there in the middle, just moving my way forward. Whatever falls off in that has already been cut, so you don't actually have to sit there and partition each individual section. So I'll go forward and then I come back, and about that point that entire half of the top part of the head is done. I think that a lot of times we overthink our sectioning. Might be able to get a different view of it right here. So going through, following the shape of the head, you can tell that whatever has been cut will just fall off inside that guideline. Just a little bit of cross-checking, making sure that back section is nice and smooth. I always add my texture in after I've cut the length. A lot of people like to point cut a whole lot, and I do point cut some, but with cuts like this right here, to me, I'd rather have uniformity to where then I can add in whatever I need to add in. Now right here, I'm kind of combing down what I want to cut and parting up what I don't. You see I'm going straight vertical right through here. Then bring that higher section and let that connect. The other side doing the same thing. Picking up that lower section right there. Now here I'm just using some scissor over comb, kind of going up to that occipital bone. not taking off too much, but setting that first guideline right there in the center. And I'm taking that guideline and I'm bringing it around to the right, and then I will bring it around to the left. Especially whenever you're taking off very bulky hair with scissor over comb, don't feel like you have to just have everything fluid the first time and solidified the first time. I like to take out most of the bulk, then I come back through and I polish. And no, your scissors do not have to be perfectly still whenever you cut. My guide is my comb, not the end of my shears. So by coming through and having a good comb hand, you don't have to do that whole keeping the comb, the steel blade on the scissor completely still and only moving the moving blade. It looks pretty and it's nice to see, but that's not real world cutting, in my opinion. And it's also a good way to get carpal tunnel. So now what I'm doing is I'm going around and I'm connecting what I did on my sides and back to what I left on top. And you can just see he's got great hair. Perfect hair for this haircut. I don't know what I'm doing there. Looks like I'm talking quite a bit. We do that. That's how you know you're in a real barber shop. Over-directing that front part of the fringe right there around his temple area. I'm going to go through and edge out just what is left. Being very careful not to dig into the hair too much, letting it hug his ear. Just barely taking off what overlaps. With haircuts like this, I don't think perfectly round or square look natural. It's a funny word. I've heard the term squoval, a squared oval. I know. It's it's a weird word, but it's the best way to describe what feels natural on that back hairline. A lot of people act so intimidated by shear work. Honestly, the whole point of shear work is just be consistent with your guides, be consistent with the way you cut, and don't be afraid to add in texture. What feels too mechanical about some scissor cuts is the fear of it being imperfect and texturized. That's what makes scissor cuts look good. So right now, I've got a weird rule. Whenever I texturize, whenever I use texture shears, these right here are my chunking shears too. I always pick up the hair. I never cut just where it's at. I always cut at elevation. And I have a rule where I go in half the length of the hair shaft, no more than that. And then I come back through and hit the tips if need be. That way, his hair is not over texturized. It doesn't look like he's missing volume, but it does bring out that natural hair shape. Well guys, this is the cut. Appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, make requests. I'd love to hear them. But as always guys, stay positive, stay kind, stay humble, and I'll check you on the next one.